So, for those of you not aware or who have not seen a video before, first off, hello, welcome. I'm really glad that you clicked on this video. Even if you click off like right now, I appreciate you clicking on this video. But for those of you not aware, I am a college student. Graduated high school last spring, freshman here. It's pretty mid, honestly. College kind of sucks. I think if you're going to college, for anything other than like engineering or to be a doctor or a lawyer, like those big money degrees, you're kind of wasting your money. And if you have that money to waste, by all means. Like, I think the experience is nice, but the work is dog shit. However, with every class, you must prepare. School supplies. It is as fundamental to learning as cream is with Oreos, right? Without school supplies, your school journey will be a lot worse. So today we have a tier list of very, very basic school supplies. Nothing like, I know that it's fairly common to have laptops given out for free. However, we will not be addressing that. Just know if they were here, they would be an S tier because laptops are obviously laptops. They can do practically everything on this list, barring maybe a very few. Like the backpack or the scissors. But overall, incredibly versatile, as are like iPhones, although like phones aren't really school supplies. So we'll just be judging the bare minimum. Anyways, let's get right into it. Start ranking some items. So first off, we have a highlighter. It's very nice whenever you have like a textbook. You can highlight like information, bits and pieces. However, like its job is also done just through the means of like a pencil, right? You can just circle something. It does look aesthetically pleasing. However, like its role is incredibly replaceable. Plus, they're like kind of expensive. Like I got a pack of highlighters just because I have a lot of textbooks. And I just, for me personally, I think a highlighter is valuable because it just like while I'm reading information I can highlight. However, just in general for the average person, I think highlighters are like a C tier. They're not terrible. They do have a use and they're good in their use. It's just they can be replaced. They're not the only thing that does what they do. Next we have a pencil. I do not see mechanical pencils on this tier list, so I'm going to assume that this is a standard pencil. I believe that this is mechanical, actually. So, standard pencil is as classic as it gets, right? When you think of school supplies, one of the very first things that come to mind is a pencil, right? It's just like America, whenever you say, like, America's founding, your first thought is, holy shit, George Washington, right? However, like, to me, a pencil is reliant on a pencil sharpener. So you either need a handheld or you need to stand up and walk all the way to the other side of the class, usually. Wait for the teacher to shut the fuck up and then sharpen your pencil, right? It's not like if your pencil breaks, you can like do what a mechanical does and just hit a little top and all of a sudden you have infinite pencil. No. So for that, I'm putting in B tier. Like, it's fine. But like for me, I definitely prefer mechanical pencils. And while we're at it, mechanical pencils are just pencils but better. If they break, you just hit the little top and get more lead. You do run into the problem of running out of lead. But I think that minor downside, plus like there's like 1,000 pencils per pack. Like assuming even you use like a pencil per day, it still comes out to like a couple cents, which I think is worth the trade-off of not having to sharpen your pencil every fucking 2 seconds. Next we have a pen. I think pens are C tier as well. They're just actually okay. I've been taking like a lot of notes recently, and there's something really, really nice about just like being able to glide your hand and just write. I am left-handed, and so like not having to push as hard to create words is very nice, and it's super satisfying to write with, especially if you have the right pen. I do think it's above a highlighter. Yeah, I can put it in the same tier as a pencil. I do think it is like items below a pencil, but it's like I can put it on the same tier as a pencil. Pencil sharpener, it's very replaceable. It is nice. It buffs the pencil. I think with a pencil sharpener, pencil goes from B tier to A tier, but it's reliant on that, right? Sometimes you lose it. You have to dump it out every like basically day. If it opens up, your entire backpack is a fucking mess. It's disgusting. I think C tier is fair. It does buff the pencil, so I'll put it in here. Just know, for reference, pencil with pencil sharpener is A tier. Pencil without pencil sharpener is B tier. Pencil sharpener without pencil is useless. Just know that. A standard calculator. Now, I know a lot of classrooms just provide a calculator, and a lot of people have a calculator on their phones. However, this is very cheap, and for certain classes, like my chemistry class, for example, does not allow any calculator except for these very cheap, danky ones. And in like, assuming that this just encompasses all calculators, there's some with like really nice graphing functions, some that can solve like derivatives just for you, which is super helpful. Like you will never need to remember the derivative of like sine being what is it, cosine, I believe. Cosine, yeah, I think it's just cosine at base. So I'll put calculate. It's like kind of useless. It's only really good for like one class. However, I do recommend everyone getting one of these. It's just so nice having like an instrument where you just type numbers and then it does a simple thing. You're not on your phone, so you're not like prone to getting distracted. It's very nice. A ruler is helpful for me because I am an engineer, and as per being an engineer, I need access to a measuring tool or straight edge all the time. However, for the average person, a ruler will never pop up. It's helpful if you're an artist, and again, you need a straight edge. But it's just not useful. If a class requires a ruler, generally they're just provided. So D tier, same reason as the calculator, right? Colored pencils. I mean, the pencils, but more fun. I think that they help pass the time pretty well. If you're drawing in a sketchbook. However, when I sketch in my sketchbook, it's always just like in pen, like rough sketches. I don't like coloring in class. However, just like I think generally, colored pencils are they're mid. They're not essentials. They're not staples. Speaking of, I think is that staplers? No, it's paper clips, I believe. Yeah, I have to enhance image, zoom in. What is that? What is that? Folks, I don't know what that is. Okay, we're gonna rank it based off of if it's a stapler, or staples, sorry, and based off of if it's a paperclip. Both of which, however, unfortunately are D tier. Paperclips are fine for keeping papers together and looking somewhat professional. However, it's just not as needed. And staplers will never come into handy. If a teacher requires you to staple something, a stapler is provided. Or if you're in like college, for example, like me, there's a stapler in the library, right? You will never need a stapler because guess what? If your library doesn't have a stapler, just go borrow a stapler from some guy next door, right? You never have to worry. Scissors do a very unique thing, and that is cut out paper, which has come in handy more times than you think. For example, a lot of like worksheets in high school will require like half the page to be like cut out, or like a circle to be made, or a whatever, right? You need to remove the paper from the rest of you need to remove like a small portion of paper from the rest of it. And having like to wait for scissors is so annoying. Plus, like if you're in school and like you realize like a piece of string or fabric is like hanging loose from your clothes and you need to cut it off, you can do that. It just comes in handy in a lot of situations. Very small, very discreet. I'll put it in A tier. I have a pair of scissors, both on my desk and in my backpack. That way, I will never be without. But although I am someone who like over prepares, I have like every colored pen in my bag. I have a bunch of paper clips. I have like a ruler that also shows the angle. It's pretty helpful. I have these cute little Yoda pens as well. They've come in handy. Everything that I have on me has come in handy enough times to where I think having it on me 24/7 will be nice. Bottled glue is, again, C tier, doesn't come up too often. Same thing with Elmer's glue, right? Like the scenarios which you would want to use these, like they're provided, you should not spend your money on them. They're just not worth it. Sharpies, writing tool, they're okay for like big bold things. So I think that they're a little bit better than I'll put it in B tier, like a solid writing utensil. Writes big, doesn't leave. Plus you can do like, if you get bored, you can do like fake little tattoos and get Sharpie poisoning. Some people are lying about this whole thing where you can like snort Sharpies and get high or something like that. Don't know what that was about. I've tried it and never got high. Actually, we can do a little R&D. Can you get high off of Sharpie? Yes, and it's dangerous. Is it okay to inhale Sharpie? How long does a Sharpie high last? 45 minutes! Holy shit, dude, I must have been blazed as hell in school. What? B tier. Notebook, solid, absolute classic. Having paper on you at all times is so handy. Can double as a notebook, a sketchbook, really whatever you need. A notebook could be that. Solidly A tier, no doubt in my mind. Markers, I think, are worse than colored pencils. Same thing as crayons. I think that these are like, of the colored objects, markers are the least needed. If you're an art student and you do like intense art in class, I think that there's an argument to be made that markers are like A tier. But they're not essential, right? Like a good marker to one artist is what a good colored pencil set is to another, right? For example, me, I prefer like the big bold art with like minimal shading, or like when there is shading, like it's kind of cartoony. So I utilize Crayola markers. Not Crayola markers, I'm looking at Crayola. But I use these cool little marker set. I got it off of I'm pretty sure it was a thrift store. And it is like a set of 100 markers, ranging from like one side of the rainbow, just slowly edging to the other. There's like neons, there's dark tones. It's really cool. It's really cool. But anyways, that's what I use. So for me, just me personally, I think the utility of markers is an A tier, but I never bring it to school, so it's not essential for class. Now we're on to the heavy hitters. Binder, fucking S tier. Keeps everything organized in one spot. Use it for classes. If you get a paper from one thing, you can put like folders in it. Just the ability to consolidate so much into one space is so helpful. And it's so satisfying when you have like a good enough information or good enough like materials inside the binder to where it still closes, but it looks full. And you have like binder tabs. Oh my god. Don't even get me started. You can put like a little artwork in the front too to like kind of express yourself. Don't make you cringe, but like you could do it. There's one kid in my no hate, of course. Although this is inherently what I was about to say carried a little bit of hate with it, so I'm just not gonna say it. I think that's a good thing to exercise. If you're gonna say something and you realize, wow, that would just sound like a fucking shit thing to say, just don't say it. Backpacks, S tier. Every kid has a backpack. There's a reason why every kid has a backpack, right? Carrying things with you without having to carry it in your hands, frees up your hands. Put everything into it. I carry a backpack around like just whenever I go into the city. It's just so handy. It takes so much weight off of you. You always know what will be in it. Generally, you can put a lot of stuff in it. I keep like my wallet, keys. Generally, those two stay in unless I'm carrying like a bag with me. Then my wallet will leave and my keys will leave. But I have like, again, scissors, markers, rulers, straight edges, paper clips, bunch of stuff. In fact, I think the backpack is, of the things on the tier list, a backpack is the most necessary, the most irreplaceable. And honestly, like thinking about it, because a mechanical pencil can be replaced, I'm putting it in A tier. I'm lowering scissors down to middle of B, just thinking about it. Pencil pouch, it's fairly helpful especially for backpacks that don't carry like their own designated bag. Having all of your like writing utensils or like colored pencils to not ruin the entire backpack. Or what I used to do for a while is I put the pencil sharpener inside of the pencil pouch almost entirely on its own, so that if it were to open up, for example, I would have a much easier mess to clean up, right? All I have to do is open it up over a trash can and it's gone. As opposed to I have to open up my backpack, take everything out, and then dump it all out, and then there's like pencil shavings still like staining everything. It's not fun. I think this is a very versatile item. I think it is one of the most essential things to have. So that is the back to school tier list. Let me know what you agree with. Let me know what you disagree with. This is a little bit lower energy as opposed to some of my other videos, but I'm experimenting. You know, I think people who come at you just screaming, "Today we're doing a pencil pouch tier list," is a little cringe. And I think lower energy does have its spot. So yeah, thank you for taking just a little bit of time out of your day. Actually, how long has this been going for? 16 minutes, a lot of time out of your day to watch even a single minute of this video. I really do appreciate it. Whether you watch for a minute, for 100 minutes, or literally just click on the video and leave instantly. I do appreciate you spending just that little bit of time. So thank you so much. Go enjoy the rest of your day, rest of your night, evening, whatever it is. You're awesome. Thank you. See you again, hopefully sometime soon.